It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Oh no! It's
John.
me. What?
John, do you hear that? Listen. It's the sound
Papa,
of
can you
us
hear me?
being back again.
Ladies back. Tell a friend. Tell your mom.
So I just came across this thing, dude,
I don't believe you.
on
Lies.
Twitter. Since John is obsessed with Twitter.
Why? Okay. Fuck. Okay. double. No.
As we learned, nope. We're doing this. As we learned on the last cast, John is obsessed with Twitter.
Why we gotta put words like obsessed?
He's a Twitter fiend.
I mean, you're not wrong.
John, go force yourself.
Damn it.
So I was looking at Twitter tweets, twats.
So you're no.
Did they call them
that's your fault.
twats? Ooh.
No.
Let's call them twats, little twats,
Stop.
little tweets. Somebody
Get on
posted a
with it.
picture, and this is from October 1st that this happened. So, they posted, "Hey, at that Kevin Smith, do you know you're about to be on the crotch of thousands of menstruating women?" And it's a picture of women panties that say cramp on each side. And then in the center it says "VJJ and violent glob."
What?
Apparently,
So like
they're like
random merch?
Yeah, I guess there's a picture on the back too. I didn't click the whole link. Yep. And then there's it's instead of chronic and blunt man, it's tamponic and bloat man.
So what I just heard is that you've already pre-ordered like 20 then.
I am told they're only $12.
Fucking bulk order.
I am
Fucking
sending
sign me
you.
up.
I am sending this link to you right
Christ.
now in a text.
Okay, well, if you're
there
gonna be
you
an
go.
asshole and be mean to me about Twitter, I did find something. Sad face. Ooh, there it is. Fucking Alpha Dream, developer of Mario and Luigi, has gone bankrupt.
Wait, what?
Yeah, fucking sad face.
The creators of Mario and Luigi.
Yep, the developer of Mario and Luigi files for bankruptcy.
Wouldn't that
Yahoo!
Who's the
Japan first
developer?
reported.
Wouldn't
Alpha
that
Dream.
be okay.
Alpha Dream. Japan first reported that Alpha Dream, all one word apparently.
Were they still
out of
like
Turkey.
developing that?
Well, I'd imagine Nintendo bought from them. The development team behind the Mario and Luigi series has filed for bankruptcy due to sluggish revenue and rising development costs.
So they're just gonna sell everything then.
Oh yeah, come on now.
When's Disney buying their video game company now?
No, they're just gonna dissolve them. They probably own whatever it was. So, well, that scared me a little bit. That's fine.
There we go.
5 minutes of slashery. Oh, cut that. So yeah, sad news, man. Oh no, that's sad.
It's a me, Luigi.
And no, people, it doesn't mean that we're not gonna have fucking Mario titles anymore. It just means that the people who created it just sold it off too fast, and now they're fucked. I would imagine
This might be, against the main tide, but aren't all the fucking Mario games the same nowadays anyways? They haven't really done anything new with Mario since Mario Galaxy. Right?
So there's no way. I'm gonna get off the Mario thing because I don't.
You fucker! He didn't even want to answer me.
Well, because it doesn't matter. Nintendo owns all that shit now. They were just the developers.
But they haven't really done anything new with them anyway. So what does it matter? Even if they did go bye-bye.
You do know that the Nintendo Switch is a thing, right? I'm just saying the developers don't do anything with it. So yeah, no, it doesn't matter. They are nothing.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
And if they were actually making games, I don't know if they were or not, but obviously whatever they weren't good enough to stay afloat. So anyway, again, it's a nothing topic. And
so then why'd you bring it up? You fucking nothing topic, and he brings it up.
Well, something to not delve into, something to be aware of.
What part of babble don't you fucking get?
Something to be aware of. It happened. It's sad. Let's move on.
Move on.
God. Fuck. You can't start the grieving process if you didn't know the process needed to be started. You A-bag.
Speaking of...
And fuck off. I'm looking at your stupid link you sent me. From Hairbrained Design, Tamponic and Bloatman.
You see the
There's no way
ones?
There's no way Kevin Smith is allowing this shit, right?
He actually said he retweeted them. I love this idea. Period. He wrote. Come on, yeah.
Nicely done. All
yeah.
right.
Of course he is. He doesn't give a shit.
I don't know, man. His brand is pretty synonymous
now, if you
with him.
scroll down, their related products. They got the mud blood briefs, the rainbow blood briefs, the staining things, which is for Stranger Things.
I see. Yep, I see an 11.
And no baby shower briefs.
So, okay, so they're like parody fun stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. So if anything, this is okay.
That's right up his alley, dude.
I feel you. All right, I will retract that. Yeah, this is fun, and they look good too. Like the design, like honestly, I'm gonna save these. I think Hannah might actually be down for some of these.
The no baby shower briefs has it's like a baby shower. There's balloons and shit around it with a cake with blood dripping down
and fucking a stork running around with champagne glasses.
Yeah, those ones are on clearance for $7.99, guys.
Yeah, I see that.
All right, so I'm gonna shout this site out. So it's called hairbraindesign.com, which is
hair like the bunny, not like on your head.
HARE.
Or your pubes, because they're panties.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
But no, there's actually like sections for the clothes, but these ones have their own section. Period panties. They actually have
Very
other
cool.
ones in here. Oh, that's pretty
These
dope.
are very cool. I like these. These are neato. These are neato pants. And I think the reason why they call them period panties is because every girl knows. I'm about to project, apparently. There's that thing that happens where the demon comes out of you every month and you bleed because your uterus is thinking so hard that the blood comes out. It's kind of like, it's kind of like your nose. You obviously wear, they're like boy briefs. They're like briefs, but like you wear those on your period days because obviously you're not showing the gooch and the grundles to people during that time. So obviously if you're going to wear goofy panties, that's the time to do it. Right. So these are probably, nailed it. No, these are actually really cool though. They're like fun, like
they got granny panties with the fucking golden girls on them. That's awesome.
Oh, shut the fuck up. That's awesome.
If you look under the women's undies tab, yeah, that's pretty dope.
No, I don't want to get too
Then they got
into
men's.
this.
They got the men's ones. They got America's ass. Of course, they're gonna do that one. Yeah.
So I mean, I have to buy those to wear under my Captain America costume, right? Like I have to.
They
That'd
got
be fucking dope.
Cornholio.
This is great.
Oh, there's some pretty cool ones in here.
All right, yep, you sold me. Well,
This is my
nicely done.
boomstick, like the fucking Evil
it on the
Dead
front?
one.
Please tell me it's on the front.
It's on the front.
Yes. All right.
I think it's on the front. I can't tell. It looks like it. Yeah.
Can we get sponsored by these guys? Please sponsor us because this is great. I'm fucking buying everything.
These
fucking
are pretty dope.
subscribed. I'm fucking. Oh, I'm sending this.
I'm
to
kind of a
right now.
big deal from
Same.
Anchorman.
Oh my god, these are fucking great, man. Okay. Yep. Nope. I get it. Nope.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
these are
Thank you,
pretty
Kevin
dope.
Smith. Thank you, Kevin Smith, for not being a douche and actually really liking
And
this
retweeting
supporting
it.
him. I think that's great. That's awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
God, just makes me like him more, dude. Just makes me like him more. I fucking love Kevin Smith. He's a good dude. Seems like a good dude.
yeah.
I mean, I'll just say that. I don't actually know the guy, but
I mean,
so
yeah.
what?
Yep. All right. So that's all. That was a little tidbit of fun I found
you
floating
did
around on Twitter.
What'd you say? It was something things. Period panties. It was something gross things.
What?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. They had a Stranger Things vagina panty thing.
Holy shit! There's a shitload of these. Holy crap!
Well, don't say shitload when it comes to underwear, dude.
She-rag master of the uterus.
Oh my god, you're dumb.
That's
But because there was a Stranger Things themed one. Speaking of,
it's staining things.
There it is. Did you hear that Stranger Things season 4 has been officially announced?
So when's it gonna come out? 'Cause it's the final season, right?
I mean, I would imagine not for like at
probably
least
summertime next summer.
Yeah, I'd imagine. And I believe their catchphrase or whatever you want to call it, their subtitle is "We're not in Hawkins anymore."
You mean the tagline, John? The tagline.
Sure, thank you. Yes, that's what the smart people call it, and so thank you for showing me that I'm a dumb man. Pseudo hype for season 4. I'm happy because I think I still like Stranger Things, so I will watch it. I am sad because I don't have high hopes. At the same time,
it's the final season. Just let it flow.
That's why I'm at here. I hate you. It's gonna flow so heavily.
I just clicked the link, the main link to the site. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still on this.
Yeah, fucking Christ, dude. I'm trying to get away from it.
It's for $9. You can get it ones, and it says "We all bloat down here" right on the crotch. Okay, that's it for that one. I'm just gonna bookmark this page and.
God damn it, Georgie. God damn it. So officially derailed. Okay. So season 3 was good if it hadn't been part of the show that was supposed to be season 1. Season 2 is a forgettable piece of trash that nobody should watch. It's lame. Season 3 is good for its own merits.
Because it's a whole complete tone shift and everything.
Yeah, it's insane. We have a cast on it. Go listen to it. I don't remember what number or whatever. But season 1's awesome if you like suspense, thriller, craziness. The 3rd season's awesome if you like campy 80s flash flare monster movie.
Mm-hmm.
So Stranger Things 4, fucking who knows. I'm assuming they're going to end up in Russia trying to get Hopper because I'm assuming he's not dead. So,
right. He's probably the American that they say at the end. Sorry, spoilers for season 3.
Which, whatever. Trust me, it's not a spoiler because it's like you have no idea what's happening. So until you get there, there's no context. So yeah, that's neat. That's neato. I'm excited for it. Sure, why not?
Okay.
I'll watch it. I probably won't. I'm not gonna be hyped, but whatever.
And they usually start to the cool thing with. Well, not a cool thing, but thing I like about Netflix now is when you're scrolling through, they actually start to tell you, hey, this show got renewed, or hey, this show will be the last season comes this date. Just freaking lovely, dude. I love it.
Well, especially if you're gonna start something.
And yes, I said lovely, like a douche.
How dare you? I love lovely. It's so lovable.
But yeah, like if you're gonna start another show, like it's nice to know. Oh, when's the next season coming up? Yeah. Am I gonna wait a fucking year, or is it gonna be on in 2 months, or
even like, oh, is it fucking done? You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Because I know
season.
A lot of. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Like I used to be like this, and I still try to be like this. Mm-hmm. I would much rather that the show be done when I decide to start binging it or whatever, because there's nothing more unsatisfying than being like, I started this thing that I really, really like and I get to watch it whenever I want, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, there's one more season, by the way, but it doesn't come out for a year. Well, fuck me right in my butt. So right in my period panties. I'm sorry everyone. So that's neato. But to stay on Netflix, fucking, I don't even know if you give a shit about this. You ever watch Breaking Bad?
I have not. I actually have it.
You actually have physical copies and you didn't watch it?
I got them. So I'm one of those people who like puts ads out on Facebook and buys shit for like 25 cents from people just to get it out of their face, and then I resell it. So yeah.
I'm shaking my head in very minute disgust. Whatever. You still haven't seen The Two Towers, and you're a bad person for it. But at least you watch Fellowship. So like I said, I won't berate you. But
come on, man! It's October. I can't watch that shit. It's horror season.
Yeah, and then it'll be fucking November, and you're gonna be like, I gotta watch Thanksgiving only the entire month because it's Thanksgiving.
And the Addams Family Values.
Don't bring that shit up. I thought we were never gonna hear about that shit again, and that movie's gonna do so fucking horribly. It's insane.
Wait, what?
The Addams Family cartoon.
That's the cartoon. I'm talking about the Addams Family Values. It's a Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Second movie. God.
Sorry, I was ignoring you. I was actively ignoring you. Sorry. You're a middle-aged white man. Apparently, your opinion doesn't matter about anything. I'm sorry to bring that back up.
And I'm straight. Don't forget that.
Well, I mean, to be determined. Go
force yourself, John.
Dad, damn it.
You should never have brought that up on the last cast.
Oh man, it feels bad. But I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan, like super Breaking Bad. It sounds really terrible, but I actually have been enjoying. They did a spinoff, Better Call Saul, with Bob Odenkirk, who plays kind of like their dodgy lawyer, like halfway through Breaking Bad, and oh my god, that show's awesome. I actually prefer Better Call Saul over Breaking Bad. But because I've seen Breaking Bad, there's so much like, there's really good connective like backstories and shit like that for Better Call Saul that makes you appreciate it so much more. But oh man, Breaking Bad is good. Like the cinematography is like overly pretentious artsy shit that I love. It's so well shot. The music is so good. Like their scores are solid, and they tend to pick like really, really awesome, just like tracks to go with the story. And all the characters are fucking fleshed out, man. Like they're so solid. But I don't know if it's really it's kind of a spoiler for Breaking Bad.
I'm not gonna watch it, dude. There's so much stuff I'm already into.
If you ever get bored, I would definitely start it. It's really, really good. I really like it. I can't get Hannah to do it, but again, it's one of those things like once you get into it, it will hook you. Even if you don't like it, it's like you can't help it. You have to see where these people end up. But anyway, so pseudo spoilers for Breaking Bad. But the El Camino teaser came out, which is a movie that strictly follows exactly what happened at the end of the final episode of Breaking Bad. So they do this really, really great teaser where it's like, it's pretty much just, they do like a slow push in on the car, which obviously is an El Camino, that Jesse is in at the end of the show. And you just listen to like radio static and like police scanner stuff. Pretty much just recapping the aftermath of what happened from that final episode. And it's fucking great. It's so good. It doesn't give anything away. It just kind of reestablishes a little bit of context to let you know what's happening. And It comes out October 11th. So I believe it's like, like
couple days.
Fucking like 3-4 days from now, man.
Yeah.
So I am fucking hyped. I hope it's good. Vince Gilligan, who was the creator of the show, is back. He's doing everything. He said he pretty much had the idea for it, like when they wrapped the show. He was already starting to pen something because he wanted it, because he loved everything so much. So I'm really excited. It's really just going to be a continuation from the show, directly from that episode. So your boy is hyped. I am hyped. So
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. So Netflix, gimme. I'm very excited, and I do hope that the movie does really well. And it's satisfying, and hopefully maybe it'll just be the last thing I see from it, because I do have Better Call Saul to finish out still.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that'll be kind of the end of the world. I really like the show, man. So I really just don't want to see him, overinflate it and watch it pop into a big, nasty mess of stupid. So keep the hype. Yeah. So go watch Breaking Bad, bitches.
Oh boy.
You bitch. Science, bitch.
So I went down the rabbit hole just for a second while you were talking. I mean, I was listening. Go watch it. Yeah.
No, you weren't, but that's fine.
Whatever. It's on the 11th. Go watch it.
Never heard of it.
There you go. I was looking for a period panty quote or a period quote for the end of the cast. Me. And I couldn't find one because I knew there was one in like movie 43 where Chloe Moretz does one, has like a whole period scene and shit. And instead I ran across an article from 2013 on the movie from The Guardian entitled, "Why Did So Many Hollywood Stars Sign Up for the Humiliation?" Did you ever see that movie 43?
Yeah, oh my God, what a piece of shit.
Really? You thought it was that bad?
Yes.
You didn't think it was just funny campiness?
No.
Come on.
It was too much. I knew what it was trying to do, and I was all about it because I'm a big South Park fan, and I like shit like basketball, dude.
Yeah.
I watched the scary movies, like with Anna Faris and shit. I like those. Fuck, come on, man. It was bad. It was really bad. I get what they were trying to do, but it was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
Sorry. I mean, if you liked
Fuck
it, feel free. I mean, I get it. I thought it was horrible.
I thought the skits were funny, but I didn't
there
love
was probably
it.
There was probably like one or two in there that were pretty solid. But
The one that everyone talks about with Hugh Jackman and is it, who was it with her or with him? Kate Blanchett? No. I don't remember.
All I think about is Hugh Jackman having testicles on his face.
That's the one that everyone talks about, which that skit was like the one that I was just like, really?
And it was one of the tamest ones.
Yeah, I know. And I was
it was so
like,
fucking dumb.
Oh, man. And then he sneezes.
God, I want to die. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. I wanted to like it. I was going in ready to go. I was like, okay, it'll be one of these parody movies. It'll be fine. But, yeah.
Speaking of bad
testicles on your face,
testicle faces. No, I actually don't have a segue from that. I was thinking too hard. Thinking too hard on it.
Yeah, it smells like bacon.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. What? How?
All right. Do you give a shit about sports at all?
I mean, I somewhat follow-ish, but I don't really care. So
all
go
right, well,
talk.
Here we go.
Sports segment.
guys, don't leave. I swear, it's not actually about sports. It's something funny. So,
which means it's about sports, and it's
how dare
not funny.
And it's even more boring than you would think. It's about college football. I think it's football. I just know it's about two college teams having a rivalry. So Georgia was going to play Notre Dame, I believe, in a football game. So in solidarity, a store, I didn't look up the store because I don't really care that much. I just think the overall story is really funny. This Georgia supermarket removed all Irish Spring soap from their shelves for the weekend, or like for the day, for game day, because they were playing Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, if you do not follow football.
Wow.
It was pretty fucking funny.
Wow.
It was totally just for a joke. They went through and cleared all the shelves of any Irish Spring like bar soap and body wash and even like all their displays and shit. and took them down for the day, and they played, and then they put it back up the next day. But I love little shit like that. I think it's really funny. I enjoy fandom like that. Poking a little bit of fun at it, having a good time. Cool little marketing ploy. I thought it was funny.
Okay. Well,
so there you go. It's a total nothing story that made me giggle.
Speaking of
a little Irish giggle.
Nothing
Irish gig.
Stories.
5 minutes of slashery.
Oh no!
All right, so this is 5 minutes of slashery where I talk about something horror related, news, whatever. John.
Me.
John.
Yes.
I went and finally finished American Horror Story season whatever. I think it's 8 on Netflix. They finally dropped it.
Jesus Christ, they're that far in, huh?
I believe so. And I had started watching it when it was airing, and then I couldn't keep up with it, so I was like, fuck it,
I
I'm
know
gonna
all
wait.
seasons have a theme. What's the theme on this one?
So this was called Apocalypse. This theme was Apocalypse.
I love X-Men, okay?
And they basically went back through, and this season linked all the other seasons together. They went back to like the fucking house from season 1. Most of the season
They
dealt.
got the Tesseract and
Yep,
okay,
yep.
got it.
Most of the season dealt with the witches from another season.
The Salem ones, yeah.
Yeah. And they went around to the fucking hotel, which the hotel was actually a really
That was the
good
Gaga.
season.
That was the Lady Gaga season.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. So they went back through and stuff, and like, you know, some of the, because of the actors, they all played in every season just as different characters. They were on screen with themselves in like certain spots. I was like, this is confusing.
Cool. It's a little Twilight Zone-y. I could see the fun in that.
So they start the season off pretty good. Like I said, I stopped watching after probably episode 2 or 3 when it was airing, and then I finally just blasted all through it one day. Restarted
just like
the
Team
whole
Rocket.
thing. Yeah. And then came the end.
So is this the final season, or are they doing another one?
They're doing another one right now. They're doing a slasher series right now, 1984 or something like that.
Okay.
Or 88. So that one looks pretty cool to start doing. And then they, like I said, they ended this season. It had to deal a lot with antichrist and stuff like that. There was a kid born in the very first season in Hell House or Death House or whatever they called it. And then that kid grew up to become the antichrist.
Okay.
And there was a bunch of backstory with it, and then the witches were like the only ones that could stop him, and this and that. And guess how they stopped him?
Bottom panties.
It's a very, very common theme lately.
They found a Twitter tweet from 10 years ago and canceled him.
Yeah. Yep. No.
Oh.
Fucking time travel, dude.
No! Don't do it!
Fucking time travel.
Why?
They were like when they got to like one of the episodes that are closer towards the end of the season, they started talking about, there was this, it's supposedly rumored that a witch could do this. And so she tries it and she fails. And then last episode, they're trying to get her to do it again. Like they let the apocalypse happen. Like, so they do the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then they cut. The apocalypse happened. They all fucking die. Everything.
So kind of like Umbrella Academy type shit.
Kind of. Then they go in, and then the rest of the season is like the lead up to how they got to where they were at that scene. And then like the witches that were still alive brought the other girl back to life, who is the only one that could actually go back in time. And then she goes back in time, and I was just like, why? Why? It sucks.
I'm sad for you. I'm sad for you.
Right? like
sad
this
for
coming
you.
off the cuffs of like every other movie that has been doing it or TV show with the time travel. It's either a time jump or time travel to change the path of everything that happened. And the thing that pissed me off the most was they did some stuff in there to characters that really deserved like the good omen to them and stuff like that. Like they brought characters back from hell, or like they released a spirit that had been like just dragging along in the house and shit like that. Like they did all these cool things throughout the season. I'm like, that's good. That's good.
I told you.
Fucking time travel just made all of it irrelevant.
And people will tell you, it's like, well, you got to see it, so it did happen. I'm like, no, it didn't. In the context, it doesn't fucking exist.
And
it's
you know how
waste of time.
So in the present time, like he's too powerful to just like kill him. Like they literally take a gun and just shoot his ass, like, and then he like comes back and stuff like that. And actually, the girl who goes back in time is Carrie Fisher's daughter. Fucking Billy Lord.
Billy Lord.
Yeah. And yeah, she goes back in time to when he's like probably a teenager, like right before things start really kicking off and shit like that. And she just fucking runs him over a couple times with the car and kills him. I was just like, you go back in time and you run over the Antichrist with a car. And then, of course, she goes along and she doesn't go back to the present time. She stays there and lives out her life there. So I'm like, one, you're going to run into yourself. Two, you have the power, because she got like the power of like the most powerful witch or some shit. So now there's two most powerful witches in that time zone or time era.
Awesome.
I'm like, that you can't happen. It just isn't in their lore. It's not supposed to happen. Yeah, fucking time travel in American Horror Story.
So what I'm hearing is
it was a good season, but the fucking ending sucked.
But what I'm hearing is super hyped for next season.
Actually, I really do want to see, because that's the thing is the stories are different anyway.
Yeah.
But then she's like,
I like how you said they're different, but they're literally all tied together with the same actors. And then we went back in time.
This is the first time they tied them in together. It's the first time.
But you do realize that if you do that, now they are all tied together.
Yeah,
in retrospect,
I know. Well, no, I guess I shouldn't say this is the first time, because they did have them tied together with another character before, like two different seasons.
Like one of the witches is like the chick who's like in all of them. There's some blonde chick, isn't it?
No, I mean
there's an actress that's in like
they use
every
almost
episode.
the same actors. Yeah.
No, but there's literally an actress that's literally in every season, right?
Yeah. The chick that was in the Glass movie. I forget her name, and then the guy that played in X-Men as Quicksilver. He's in almost every season too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nailed it. So time travel, always awesome.
Time travel. Fuck time travel. And then one last thing. She ends the season by saying, I know we did this. I just wonder what the future looks like because we stopped the Antichrist. Then they go through a whole long thing, like years and years into the future. Fucking kids reborn again just through somebody else. And fucking the people that died in the other timeline or they're alive so that they can raise him to become the Antichrist again. I was just like, time travel never works. Time travel never works.
I won't say never, but fuck time travel. That's where I'm at.
Oh, and I think you would like the way that they did like the end of the world. It wasn't even that he was like the Antichrist destroying the world. They made the Antichrist like look like a little bitch the entire time. They made him like such a needy little bitch that like his feelings got hurt so damn easily, and that like he needed somebody in his life to like be a shoulder and all that stuff. So
kinda
much
like,
so that his
kind of
mother,
like Damien from South Park.
yeah, dude. So much so that his mother figure that was like part of the satanic church or whatever. When she died, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. He doesn't even kill the people that kill her. He's just lost. And then he finds his way through, and he meets these two like tech dudes who, they make references to like, oh, well, Elon Musk stole our shit and stuff like that,
For fuck's sake.
And they straight up look like the guys from, what is that Jim Carrey movie? Dumb and Dumber. Like their hair and shit like that.
Lloyd and Harry?
Yeah, Lloyd and Harry. And they're the ones that have like the tech, so they build him a replica robot to look just like his mother figure so that he feels more comfortable. But they're controlling that robot, which controls him. So these two tech dudes that are just like tired of all the bullshit in the world are basically the reason the apocalypse happens. Like they set it all up, they nukes everywhere and all that shit. I'm just like, wow. Yeah. But they totally made the Antichrist look like a little bitch. I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
Okay, well.
Anyways, that's it for my rant. That is totally more than 5 minutes.
I wish I could go back in time and not hear any of that.
Oh, fuck you.
That made me sad. Oh, fucking American Horror Story.
5 minutes of slashery.
Face. All right.
Fucking.
So that was my horror-esque and stuff. I was really just pissed about it.
About to do some time travel right now.
Time travel? Into what?
I don't know, man. To a different time. I don't know. Pick a time. Pick a place. Pick a something. I don't know.
And it was the least. Oh, I should mention it was the least gory season ever.
The American Horror Story was the least gory. Really?
That season was. It was the least gory of the ones that I can remember offhand. I like the cult one. Not a lot of people liked the cult season, but I liked it. But a lot of people didn't like it because it had to deal with like the fucking election and stuff like that. Like it was
okay.
Yeah. It was a fucked up one, but I liked it. I was like, this is kind of cool. It was just they're pushing too much of their,
Yeah, I feel bad because like you had to do only 5 minutes of slasher, but we're in October, so fuck it. I'm gonna keep it moving a little bit, but like it's kind of like one of those things where I don't know, man. Like I like. Don't get me wrong. I get gory films because sometimes a lot of it I don't. I try my best to be like, oh, it's not torture porn, it's not weird, it's not crazy. Sometimes I kind of give it to the spectacle of it because back in the day it was a lot more fun, especially with zombie movies and stuff like that. Like how real could you get practically?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is the intrigue of trying to do these kind of budgetary films and like trying to make it feel real or visceral. And I think just the element of CGI now has kind of ruined slasher films to me. Like I always feel like if you're gonna go,
films or
I guess slashery. God damn it. I guess slasher films. I guess it's a little unfair to generalize like that. Just horror films that tend to go more for like the blood, gore, shock value rather than I like suspenseful.
I actually I've been noticing them doing more like gory kind of stuff in movies that aren't actually like horror. Like our horror stuff. No, I gotta be careful with the way I say it because there are some horror movies out there that's still just like, fuck it, how much blood can we afford? We can't afford enough. There's like
Hostel,
10 gallons of red blood
Hostel
right there.
or like some of like the Saw movies. And
but
shit like
again, those ones are older. Like the last Saw movie that came out, there's like maybe 50% of gore in that compared to the rest of them.
Yeah.
Where you go into like your John Wick movies, there's more gore in those things than there are in some horror movies I've been watching lately.
And I think it's this weird detriment that people kind of like line gore and like weird.
Have you seen Brightburn yet? Did you watch that yet?
Not yet.
Because there's some gore in that, but that's like on the cuff of like what genre is this fucking movie?
Like, is it feeding the movie or is it just there?
Right,
for,
and there's some stuff that's
the
not
show.
really feeding the movie.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a detriment to filmmaking to a point where it's kind of like, I think they're using it as this like weird. It makes it more gritty because it's scarier and like, it's like it's shock value makes it more, I don't know, relatable somehow.
Maybe.
Or like how it's like grounding it. It's like dark and gritty doesn't mean dark and scary and gory. Like
one thing I noticed is I know you're trying to get along, but like one thing I've also noticed with it is like the way they try and do a lot of stuff is they use a lot of heavy CG to do these gory scenes now, which make it, they say it makes it look more realistic, but the way that they do it, it's like your body doesn't do that if that happens. Like, do you understand? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain way of like doing it real. This is why I love Tom Savini when he did like all of his zombie movies and shit. Is like that dude learned to do makeup, special effects makeup, because he was a photographer in the war.
Yeah.
So he learned what those wounds really look like. Nowadays, you just have people sitting behind the computer being like, let's give it more blood and maybe have a little bit of bone sticking out here. One, your bone is not white, people. Your bones are not white underneath your skin right away. So every time I see that, I'm just like,
I'll qualify that for you with Tom Savini. If you don't know who Tom Savini is, he's a big like back in the 80s like special effects guy, but he also did a lot of acting in B movies and stuff. If you've ever seen Dusk Till Dawn, the George Clooney Quentin Tarantino one, he's the guy with the cock gun.
Yeah.
That comes up and it looks like a dick and balls. And it's a gun, which is fucking great. He was well known for his practical special effects and stuff, and he did a panel / lecture for us when we were going to school, and we actually got them like meet and greet with him and stuff. And really, really nice guy. I think he's still pretty prevalent.
Yes, he actually has his own. He has his own school too, up in New York, I think.
Well, and I just think with the CGI part of it, you lose the fun. I don't know. It sounds really dumb, but it was just kind of like it was always an exercise in creativity when it came to that kind of stuff, especially because you knew it was a little bit more horrific and it could turn people off a little bit quicker. It was kind of nice to feel validated because you made it actually happen. Like,
right.
I've watched some of those horror movies. You guys put like GIFs and stuff in the group page, and man, some of that shit is so gnarly. Like, I understand like when we say like old special effects, it's kind of like, yeah, you show the scene with John Hurt and Alien having the chest burster come out. Yes, it looks a little retarded now. I get it. It's fine. It's a little dated. But there are things like The Thing or like some like The Fly. They do stuff that's practical that, man, even now if you watched it, it is pretty metal.
There's like there's one thing I will touch on with like old effects and stuff like that, like squibs. And I'm even, you know, I used to do some squibs and stuff too, like cheap ones, not like actual explosive ones, because they wouldn't allow us to do that where we did them at. But like even with squibs, if you go watch Highlander 2, and they get shot, you know, and they're coming, you see the blood spouting out and shit like that. But their clothes, the way they always did it with their shit, it was always coming out, but they're being shot from the front. No, your shit doesn't come out.
Exactly. But it's like that suspension where you go, it looks so much more visceral on screen, but at the same time, you're like, the mechanics don't quite work.
It works if you're getting shot from behind and then that happens. That's a different thing. But like when they're getting shot from the front and it's just like, I was like, blood doesn't work that way. That's
like,
not
for
how
me. It's like with zombie movies or like when body parts come off and stuff. It's like
when they just tear them off so easily.
When you see something tear off and you see the skin is actually ripping because it's like rubber cement and silicone and all this stuff, like it feels so much more like
when realistically though your muscles would be the last thing to tear, and your tendons and all that stuff.
So it's like you're trying to give up. It's kind of like the idea with audio too. Like sometimes somebody peeing into a toilet, hearing the water hit the toilet, is not always the same. Like, you wouldn't necessarily take a microphone into a bathroom and listen to someone just pee. You would literally do something different that sounds more like what you would think it's. You're not necessarily going for realistic. You're going for the hyperbolic version of what the stereotype. You're going for the stereotype. You're not going for the actual.
And a lot of people haven't really seen what a lot of these things really look like in real life.
You've never seen somebody.
So they're
pee?
just gonna go. No, I'm saying with
No, I'm
like
kidding,
the
I'm
special
fucking with you.
effects. And no, I don't watch people pee, John. You're one of those
well.
creepers who just like looks over. Well,
Don't
I mean, you're not
don't
that tall, so you never mind.
How dare you?
Bird.
Don't kink shame me. No, but like, yeah, my biggest thing is just kind of like understanding like the gore aspect of things. It's like people, that's a genre. And like, sometimes if you want to try and ground your stuff or try and make something feel more dramatic, broken bones and blood and profanity isn't always the thing that just inherently does it for you. And I feel like DC has had an issue with that for a little while lately.
In what way?
Perfect example is I watched this certain show called Titans. So if you don't know about Titans, it's about Denzel Washington and a group of football players who have to integrate two races to play football, I believe. And you're supposed to remember them by the end of the movie, if I'm correct.
Sounds good to me.
Nailed it. Okay, so we're
All
done.
right,
Moving
cool.
on.
Let's go. Next.
God damn it, Michael. Like, I really... Okay, so you finished season 1.
I finished season 1 and the first 2 episodes of season 2.
Okay.
Just because I was like, well, one, they left on a cliffhanger, and then I wanted to see what was going to happen. I mean, they're only on like 5 or 4. I don't even know how many episodes they're on right now. But yeah.
And because it's the internet, we have to pseudo validate ourselves here. When it comes to like other properties, when it comes to this group of characters, quote unquote, like the Titans, the Teen Titans, like what else have you watched? Like Young Justice, the Teen Titans, or Teen Titans Go, or like...
I've seen all of it. I mean, I've seen the Teen Titans, the TV show. I didn't watch as religiously as I did anything else because like by the time like we didn't have freaking Cartoon Network. Yeah. So,
which I would say if you've seen Teen Titans Go, fucking watch Teen Titans because it's much better.
I watch that every so often because we got kids and they watch it.
Well, and they made a fucking movie where they like fucking... And I've heard the movie's actually kind of decent because they poke fun at each other and kind of shit.
Yeah.
Titans Judas Contract was decent. My biggest problem...
The movie or the actual storyline?
The movie, the animated movie. I'm a kind of a fucking snobby purist. The Cartoon Network Teen Titans, I really, really, really liked. Like, it was easily one of my favorite iterations of that crew. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little biased, but at the same time, I am about to really butthurt a lot of people.
I don't have any of the fandom going into it, so I didn't really care too much.
But again, I was going into it. I don't really care. I wasn't going to compare it to the cartoon or anything like that. I was more just going to try and just let it be for what it was. Fucking Christ, dude. Titan season 1 is fucking trash. It is so fucking unwatchable. Like,
how long did it take you to go through it? Like, how many days?
I probably could have burned through it in about 3 to 4 days because it was 11. Season 1 was about 11 episodes, which was horseshit, by the way, and I'll get to that. It should have been 12.
Yeah. They did that just to drag it on.
Oh yeah, it was fucking bullshit, by the way. Because they knew they fucking had a dumpster fire on their hands. My biggest issue. No, there's 100 issues. I can't say biggest. The fucking show, dude. is just so fundamentally wrong. Everything about it is just so, it's so like 2 inches from correct. Like it's so blatantly obvious that I don't. Okay, so
I think what they were doing, they were hoping that the gritty darkness of it was going to get what they wanted for views, which it did, because a lot of people just fall for that instantly.
It was weird because they wanted to set it in this kind of Nolan-verse type deal.
I wouldn't even say like that, because that was more, Nolanverse was a little more grounded than this was.
This was absolutely grounded. That was the problem, is they wanted this, they wanted this realistic thing, and then they would just do dumb fucking shit constantly. It was like just every scene there was something dumb.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, so how about this? How about you go through it? Figure out what you like first, because I literally cannot believe it. I hated this so much. I have notes, dude. I took notes. I literally was just, every time I'd watch an episode, I ripped a page, and it looks like the scribblings of a psychotic person. So they're just random shit.
I got a confession on it. It's like I watched it in 3 days.
I think it took me 5. I could have probably done it in 3.
I did it in 3.
Woof.
And like I realized after I watched it and I sat away from it and everything, that I just had like the honeymoon eyes on it still, like, because I wasn't really, because I watched it so fast, I really didn't think too much about it, and like I was watching it at night, I was tired. Fucking one of the scenes in there actually got me, which I was surprised that it actually got me, like, jump.
Oh, it has good moments. No,
like with the jump
good scare jumps and stuff. Yeah.
They got me with one. I was like, wait, how did that do it? Because I go and watch, like, I didn't even jump in the It movie. So I'm like, come on. But I felt like an ass, too, because I was by myself. I was like, are you serious? I'm like, I'm glad no one else is around.
Do you remember?
It was when there was like a face or something that jumped out of the picture, I think it was. I think it was a picture. I'm not sure what exactly. I think it was like episode 3, maybe.
I think I might remember what you're talking about,
But it was like they were just looking at something normal, and then all of a sudden, like a demon face jumps out of it, and I was just like, why? But
okay.
After I sat around and thought on it, well, I didn't really think about it. That's the thing, is like after I was done, I didn't have that urge of like needing to continue watching what they're putting out now. I didn't feel like I needed to continue watching it, which then got me thinking, this show's probably not that great. Because I mean, I even freaking at least kept watching Supergirl.
God, wow, fucking kudos to you for that. Okay, so my biggest deal is that this is made by Greg Berlanti, and I think Jeff Johns has some hands on it and stuff. And dude, it feels like a fucking CW show.
It's a CW show with an R rating. That's
exactly
all it is.
He does a lot of his. Oh my God, the fucking dialogue. The writing is so fucking abysmal in this show.
If they wouldn't have put a blue filter over it, probably would look like a CW show.
And honestly, that was like the biggest detriment to it. Like, it was just like, you have all these fucking characters that are like a little bit hyperbolic. Like, you have Beast Boy, who in the fucking cartoons and shit, he's green.
Always.
And I get it. You don't want to make him green. Fine.
But they're already in an established world where, like, Superman's real. All these other things are real, so why not,
Exactly. And we could have touched base on how he felt embarrassed about it, or somebody else was about it. Like, you could have really explored that stuff. And then, like, Starfire is orange, typically, all the time. But you only see it because she lights up orange and her eyes glow green when she uses her powers. And it's like, fuck this show. Like, seriously. Which, no detriment to the actors, because I think this was casted really well.
I like the dude that played Jason Todd.
Oh, and Jason Todd.
I like
no,
him.
I like everybody. I legitimately like almost every character. I think the easily the worst actress in. I mean, there are some like nuns and like random ass side characters and stuff that come in and can't act for shit. But really, at the end of the day, it's like even these other like actors that you can tell are actually talented can't seem to do shit because the dialogue and the script is so fucking abysmal, and I'm sure the direction is just so terrible.
If they even got direction a lot of times.
I don't even think they did, because honestly, like Greg Berlanti and them were writing and directing and doing all this stuff, and I guarantee you the reason why a lot of the CW shows suck now is because he's not actually directing anybody. God, I'd make the argument it's because he's a lazy piece of shit. That's why he has some of the actors directing the shows.
Yeah.
Which I'd honestly believe I wouldn't be surprised if some of those episodes are usually the best ones because they actually understand their fucking characters and stuff.
I was surprised that they actually got like the chick that plays Raven. She's like 14 or 15 years old.
Yeah.
Something shit like that.
She's the worst. She's the worst actress in the fucking show.
That's probably why though too, because she really hasn't been in anything. It's like one of her first things she's done.
That's unfair though. I mean, look at Haley Joel Osment, dude. Sixth Sense.
But he saw all those dead people to help him coach.
Yeah, you're dumb. But I feel bad because like aesthetically, everybody looks fine. I mean, Starfire looks like a fucking dickhead, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But the costume designs are pretty solid. Fucking Robin looks awesome. Let me tell you, love the briefcase idea. That his suit's in the fucking briefcase.
Right.
And he has to like do a thumb thing and an eye scan to get into it. It's like, that makes fucking sense. The briefcase is with him at most of the time. If he needs to get to it, that makes sense. But it's also under lock and key, so nobody can see what's in it. I like
kind of very Iron Man-y, huh?
I like it. It's neat. It's neato pants. I like it.
Then you're looking at him and be like, why the fuck does a detective need to carry such a big briefcase?
Fucking Christ. It's going to be really funny because I make like just like little one-line random things on these notes. So it's going to be really funny to decipher my crazy. I mean, fucking people, lock yourselves in because I feel really bad.
I love the Doom Patrol episode.
Oh, I'll get there. Don't worry. Everybody, if you don't like Titans, this is about to be really fun. No, it's going to be fun. If you really enjoyed Titans, I'd probably leave. And if you don't give a shit, then I would just skip this episode because shit's about to get real. So, okay, I'm just going to start with the first page I find. Fucking memes. Can we stop with memes? This whole fucking show. Just so stupid. I even wrote down all the fucking bullshit that they talk about in here. So they make Game of Thrones references.
Mm-hmm. Well, because she's watching it.
She's watching
literally
a scene
watching it
with the Hound and Arya. That's not going to age well. So thank God for that. I bet they banked on Game of Thrones actually ending well and everybody still being happy with it. So that won't end well. Also, they make references like 3 or 4 more times.
Yeah,
like
she calls Dove. She calls Dove
like a Khaleesi or something.
Khaleesi, yeah.
I want to fucking die. In the same scene, they make the pineapple on pizza meme. People would go, "Oh, well, it's pineapple on pizza. That's timeless." No, it's a fucking meme. Don't put it in your fucking stupid show. I don't care. Especially when you do it right after Game of Thrones. Don't do it. She's watching Game of Thrones. Dick's about to leave for pizza and goes, as long as you don't put, like Raven goes, as long as you don't put pineapple out on it or something.
Yeah.
And then he leaves. It's like, fucking, I hate you. I get you, show. You're stupid. You're dumb. So then, apparently Lion King is in canon in this show as well. Because they do a Hakuna Matata reference. Awesome. Cool. Let's keep that going. Chris Rock apparently had like a daytime TV show in real life that I didn't remember about.
It was very short-lived.
Yeah, well, they were watching it in this show. So awesome. So Chris Rock is canon, and apparently his failed TV show is also canon.
Oh, no, wait. I think there's Chris Rock's TV show is going on. Wait.
Who cares? Who even cares? It doesn't matter. It's so not the point. It doesn't matter.
I know.
It's so fucking terrible. I'm so mad. The music, dude. The music I will put on part of the music choices in this show are fucking terrible. They're terrible, dude. They ruin scenes. They take me out of scenes constantly. The only time they use like a cover of a decent song that kind of made sense, they were at a roller skating rink. And I was like, okay, it makes sense that they would have this song here. Cool.
Right.
So I'll get off that. That's fine. Fuck this show. Okay. Hawk and Dove. Let's start with them, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Played by Alan Richardson, and I don't know who the chick who plays Dawn, who is also Dove, which we later find out is a replacement Dove.
Yeah.
Okay. Their costumes are a little hokey, but they look good for what they are or whatever.
Dove does never, no matter what the fucking topic is going on, she never stops smiling. She never fucking stops smiling.
She is supposed... They play her off. They might as well not even call her Dove. They might as well call her like Angel or something. They want her to be the nice, altruistic, beautiful, perfect character. Like the Jesus, Virgin Mary character. She murders people too. Like, and oh my God.
They all murder people except for Batman.
Am I crazy? Not in that fucking fake flashback that we'll get to.
I like that one though. And that wasn't a flashback.
The dream sequence, whatever. We'll get there. It's stupid. Who cares? Dove. Oh man, did they want to make her Sarah Lance? Holy shit. Like her, like the way she delivers her dialogue, she just sounds like Katie Lotz. It's like you couldn't get her to play this character, so you just made her be her. It was insane. It was absolutely insane.
Probably why she doesn't stop smiling.
Oh my God, it's so bad. And like, none of these characters are likable. None of them. The only one you're kind of like, I really dig, is Beast Boy. And then they fuck his character about halfway through this season. And I hate that. That makes me really mad. Because he was the only one I was kind of like, oh my God, he's actually kind of like what I want him to be. You introduce Hawkman, or Hawk, or whatever. He's chained up, and he's stuck about essentially to be tortured by a mustache twirling
He's about
dipshit.
to get his balls cut off, bro.
What a fucking stupid scene.
Why didn't they take his mask off? Take his mask off.
Pants off.
Just take his fucking mask.
You're gonna take the time to take his pants off, but you're gonna fucking.
I think that's like a. I think it's a comic book thing because they've had Batman tied up before and never took his fucking mask off. So
taking his pants off is a comic book thing.
I don't know about that, but
it's fucking dumb. Actually, in in Justice Unlimited or Justice League, one of the animated ones, Flash and Lex Luthor swap bodies.
Yeah, you told me about that one. Yeah,
one of the best scenes ever, where Lex Luthor's in a bathroom. He goes, "Well, I'll take advantage of this," and he takes off his fucking mask and goes, I have no idea who this is. And then it's the end. It was fucking funny. It made sense. It's cool. Whatever. So they do the whole thing, like take his pants off, obviously insinuating they're going to cut his balls off. I go, fuck this show, dude. It's trying to be like raunchy and like crazy. And I hate it. Fucking the stuff with Raven, like her powers and stuff is cool. Like, they black out her eyes, and, like, they do all this really creepy shit. They just kind of do nothing with it, and it's lame. And,
I've really felt like she wasn't her character. It was really lame. Like, and I'm not, like, whiny. A big into her character or anything, but I just felt like it was just not her character. And granted, people will say, well, this is, like, it was her coming into her power or whatever. I'm like, no, it just completely didn't sound. It didn't feel like her character.
She is more brooding and kind of understands like there's something wrong with her, but doesn't know. This one, she's just fucking whiny.
Yeah,
It's all it is. She's just fucking whiny and having to react to all this stuff and like, and then you have Dick Grayson's fucking introduction as Robin. It's like, people are like, "Where's the Batman?" And he's standing on fucking Christ. It's in the teaser or whatever.
Yeah.
He drops on a car and it's like a gang of people like doing a thing. There's like 10 dudes or something. They all have guns and shit and they're doing a deal. He drops on, or he actually like jumps from building to building and they're like, "Oh shit, it's the Batman."
Yeah.
They're all
then he
freaking
drops
out and shit.
down
He drops down, lands on a car. Immediately, you should just be shooting him.
Right? And they
Just
keep
shoot him.
looking around for the bat. I'm like,
Yeah.
this isn't Gotham. Just shoot his ass.
Yeah,
Then look.
fucking shoot at him. I'm like, because yeah, he's in Chicago.
Right.
He's not even in Gotham. Like, because Dick Grayson's off on his own, doing his own thing with the Robin shit. And they, like, shoot at him. They're like, "Where's Batman?" "Oh, it's just him." Okay, then shoot at him. No, they gave him time to throw a smoke bomb down. Then they shoot. And then fucking Robin's just running around, like, fucking brutalizing these dudes. Like, unnecessarily, too. It's not even, like, break arm, knock down. You know, like how like Robert Downey Jr. was doing it in like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Like I would have done something like that. That's cool. Kind of like you feel bones break and fuck him. It's like, no, they did that. And then he has to like drag his face across a brick wall. It's so fucking dumb.
Honestly, the show was just trying to be a little darker than what it needed to be. And in doing so, they just made it kind of really lame.
And yeah, and my biggest part is like you could probably get away with some of that stuff if you would have introduced their characters better and understood why they were as aggressive as they were. You just let us assume that's why they're like that.
When they introduced Dick Grayson, I was all for just a normal fucking cop show, like a nice detective show.
That's what I was thinking.
I was like,
totally
awesome.
what I thought it'd be.
And then he's barely in the suit anyways throughout the whole show.
It's insane. And like,
so it's like, pick out what you want him to be. And then everybody's telling everybody who they are. Like fucking Jason Todd just walks up and tells everybody his real name. What?
There's like legitimately.
You know what? He must be related to Flash.
Well, fucking Christ. And the reason why I brought up Hawk and Dove first was because they do this horrible thing with even just the pacing of the show. Because it feels like the show's completely out of sequence. Mm-hmm. It's like they aired the episodes completely out of sequence. Which I don't know how you do that on a streaming show. So fucking great job, DC, you fucking retards. So Hawk and Dove get introduced in like the first fucking episode or second episode. I think it's the second. She gets thrown off a fucking building. You think she's going to die. We never fucking see them again until like episode 9.
That was like episode 3 or 4 that she got thrown off.
I think it was episode 2. She got thrown off the building.
No, that's when they introduced them, is episode 2. They only get thrown off the building till like episode 3 or 4, because then they do a whole nother episode without them, and then they go back to them.
That's fine. You don't see him again until like episode 9.
Yeah.
Where they do Hawk's backstory, which fuck his backstory, by the way. Fucking Christ. That episode was absolute nonsense. I will get there. But fucking Christ, man. Like, why? Like, the whole point... Okay, actually, no. I'm going to skip to that episode. It's Hawk and Dove's thing. Dove ends up in a coma, essentially. And Hawk is, like, this dude who has self-medicate, and he's aggressive, and he has all these anger management issues, and that's why he does what he does, and she's in love with him, and that's why they do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Their episode comes, and this comes right before the final conflict of the fucking series. It's episode 9.
It's
and
episode
then 10
9,
happens.
then 10 happens, which is like your main...
But that was the finale of the season.
Yeah.
And 11 was the finale, but it was the story. It was a setup for the story, and then they give you the payoff in
We're going to fucking talk about the finale, because 11 is not a finale.
So they open up on like episode 9 or whatever with them. He's drinking in the hospital, which you can't do, by the way. So I'm already actually out of the episode 20 seconds in. I go, you can't do that. So whatever. That's horseshit. So they're sleeping. She's in a coma. So we're going to be told their backstories through flashbacks. Fine. Obviously, that's what you got to do. But at the same time, I'm kind of skipping ahead for this. Raven is in their heads asking them to come help her and do whatever. Which, let me tell you, why not do their origin story right after she gets thrown off the building? There we go. We can get it out of the way because they talk about going to find Jason Todd. Find Jason Todd. And for comic book people who don't know who Jason Todd is, that would have been a really cool reveal when you get to the actual episode, I think is like 5 or 6, entitled Jason Todd.
Right.
Imagine if you would have said, go find Jason Todd. We don't know who the fuck that is. And then Jason Todd introduces himself to Dick Grayson, and now we know who he is. That would have been awesome. But this show doesn't know what fucking buildups are. It's fucking dumb.
I don't know, man.
So,
the whole Jason Todd thing too, like when she's saying go find Jason Todd, like what was the payoff for that anyways?
Nothing. It was to
no
meet
payoff.
him. It was to meet them so Jason Todd could announce that Dick Grayson has another tractor in his body, so they could all just go find him. It was fucking convenient and lame and lazy. It's so shitty. It's so absolute trash.
Right.
And their backstory's fucking dumb. They even try to like steal Dove's background. Like they use Dove's background as a Black Widow reveal. They even do like ballet and shit. And the mom is like this supposed to be this like over annoying pageant mom.
Yeah.
And then like in Hawk's backstory, his football coach is like a pedophile. So that's awesome. More woke shit where every male character has to have a drinking problem. He's aggressive. He beats his wife or he's a pedophile. Awesome. Loving this fucking episode. What the fuck am I watching? I hate this. So then Hawk's like brother, quote unquote, they don't even say if he's adopted or are they in a foster home or what are they doing? It's just his brother who's black. Just his brother. I don't know. Is he just saying like they're really good friends? Are they in a foster home?
No,
I don't know.
They said something about it.
Are they in a foster home?
No, they're brothers. They had the same mom, 2 separate dads, and they said something about their dads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, it's so uninteresting that it doesn't honestly matter because we find out about the mom, we found out about the brother, and then how do Hawk and Dove meet? They bump into each other by accident at a newsstand.
Right before their people get killed.
They get hit by a car, they just die. Hard cut to they're dead. Oh. And Hawk and Dove create a relationship off of that.
Yeah.
So just, I don't care about this episode because it's so nothing. I just want to cut forward to the idea. There's a point where she finds out about his backstory, about how he was pedophile touched by his coach. And she's like, well, why didn't you beat him up? Because she finds out about him and the brother, like, taking on the superhero. There's literally so much dumb. I could talk about this for hours. Just watch the episode or something. This is literally one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. She's like, okay, well, go do something about it. And she wants to help him now. She actually goes to beat his ass, the pedophile coach guy, who hasn't aged a day, by the way. And they get there and they do everything. They insinuate that they kill him. I'm assuming they kill him. The next scene, they're back at the hotel. They're undressing. Dude, it might be these are two of the sexiest. These two characters are like two of the sexiest looking people on the planet. Like they both look like they are just like the perfect specimens.
Mm-hmm.
Watching them get undressed is one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever seen in my life. They like hold off on her. Like she's taking off her sweatshirt and it's like she didn't even take it off right. She feels really uncomfortable. I told Hannah, I go, I'm watching this scene of these two getting naked and it felt like a virgin was directing this. Like somebody who's never even known what sex is filming this. It's honestly uncomfortable and I hate it. It's the worst. And so that episode's fucking over. So who cares? What else do we got? Rachel has visions. Raven, I guess.
It's all
whatever.
the same. Yeah.
They're all the same. It's all whatever. Starfire's got amnesia. That's awesome. I thought I could talk about this. This show is so bad.
So let's just jump to the last episode of season 1.
I don't want to skip to the end. I don't want to skip to the end yet because I gotta throw this out here to help you, to show you how fucking terrible this writing is. I want to talk about all the characters that were introduced that had absolutely no fucking purpose in this show. First of all, they give Dick Grayson a fucking partner, a blonde chick, who is completely fucking irrelevant to this show. It's absolutely insane. Michael, my brain is melting. Send help. I'm so like, ugh. And what the fuck was the deal with these villains? Like the like nuclear family?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, the way they introduced him is really strange. And then they have, like, this head boss guy who's always, like, cooking breakfast. Like, there's literally a scene, like, this shows how pointless, like, their gore and stuff is. He literally has, like, a fertilized egg.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you know, an accidental egg that actually had, like, a baby chick in it or whatever. It was dead. Like, an embryo or whatever. And he still whisks it up. We have to watch him do it. It's so fucking lame. Like, they want to be brutal for so many reasons. And then when it matters, they don't use it. There was a moment where you talk about the profanity because they use fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They can say fuck and shit and damn and stuff throughout everything. So, like, you know, like, it's in the promos again. Like, Dick Grayson says, fuck Batman. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Sure.
I feel that the streaming services, they do that a lot nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, Netflix does it too and everything else, but it's like there's a point where it's like, is it why, you know?
But use it at the right points, though. The profanity is supposed to be a cool weapon that you, as a writer, that you hold in your back pocket to show emphasis.
Right.
A perfect example is that you literally said it, and I bet you $1 million I'm gonna bring up the moment where they should have actually used it correctly and they used it wrong or didn't use it at all. You brought this up when we were talking about it.
Okay.
They say fuck a bunch, especially Alan Richardson's character while he's hung up. They say fuck and fuck this and I'll fuck you up and blah, blah, blah. They meet Rachel. Hawk and Dove meet Rachel, Raven, and she uses her fucking crazy powers and does like this creepy thing and shows up in front of Hawk.
Yeah.
And he goes, what was that? Or whoa, or something lame. That would have been a perfect moment for him to go, what the fuck? Or the fuck was that? Like an actual, oh, what the fuck moment. Didn't use the word fuck. I couldn't believe it. I go, what is happening? And then they introduce this nuclear family of like assassins and like, they're all like really weird. And they're trying to make them like really creepy. Like it just so is not playing correctly. Because the dialogue's really dumb and everybody can't act and it's just really bad. And they're like going after Rachel because they're like all this cult that's trying to bring the apocalypse so her dad Triton can come in and fuck everything up.
Yeah.
And it's so nothing, dude. Everybody just kind of ends up with each other randomly. And like the Doom Patrol episode's actually pretty good. I actually enjoy that one a lot. There was a lot of levity in it. And like the even like Raven starts to act a little bit better where it makes me feel like it's all just bad directing. Like whoever the director was should be absolutely fired and the writer should be let go, which I believe is Greg Berlanti on most of everything. The Doom Patrol episode's one of the most solid. But I think a lot of it's because you have stronger actors doing things that they actually know what they want to do and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, once you get past that, a Beast Boy is probably the only character I feel like is his character. And then later on down the road, they have him murder a scientist for no reason, which wouldn't have bothered me, but they make it such a strong point that he's never bitten anybody because he can only turn into a fucking tiger, by the way, which is fucking lame. It's so lame.
Where's the pterodactyl or fucking Give me an elephant or anything.
But I'd even give you give me a bear, an elephant, a whale randomly. It'd be so funny.
T-Rex.
Or I would even just say give it his power because it's hard. He has to have at least seen it or touched it Animorph style. He had to have at least seen it.
Yeah.
To turn into it. I will give you that. He has to see it in person or touch it. Fine. All he can do is turn into a tiger, and they really don't say why. It's well, because I like tigers. Or it was my school mascot or whatever.
Right.
It's oh my God, it's so gay. Stop. Oh my Lord. And of course it turns green, but when he's not green, why? It's so dumb. And but he's really likable and he really works as his character and he's actually acting really decently. And then he murders the fucking scientist. It's dude, you could have put him in the cage and bit him and gone, oh, it's the first time I bit someone. It could have been really somber. He legitimately just murders this dude. Pretty fucking brutally.
Yeah.
And you're why? There was no reason. It was just a scientist. I'd have got it if it was one of the assassin people and it's you had to kill him.
Right.
This was just some dipshit.
They were trying to over show how much he wanted to keep her safe.
Exactly.
But I mean, he could just dragged his ass to the cage and shut him in the damn cage.
Or bit his leg and just immobilized him.
Yeah, and not kill him. Because it was a big thing to just bite someone, so why not do it just as a bite?
Yep. Could have bit his knee and completely destabilized him.
Yeah.
And he could have felt bad for it. It's so fucking lame, dude. And and then they have this whole thing at the end, essentially the final season. They're in this house. And
Final
they're about
episode, right?
Yeah. And
so the whole final episode.
Yeah, you talk about it because I'm actually tired from my hatred. My brain.
The
hurts.
whole last episode actually had nothing to do with the entire season except for the last few minutes, because the whole episode took place in a dream state that Dick Grayson was in, and basically showing Batman as a villain. Batman was going around, he killed the Joker, and he killed all these other people. He was killing cops and stuff like that.
And nurses. He killed everyone in Arkham Asylum. It's insane.
And then, of course, at the end of that, Grayson kills him, which, opens up his dark side or some shit like that.
Well, pretty much the whole point is he put them all in this weird dream state thing to force them to do the darkest desire or darkest thing they could do so he could take them over. And that's fine, whatever, I get it. But it was just why are we doing this now? And we were just
and the thing is, though, it was, for me, it was this is the last episode. You're literally doing a whole what if scenario.
Yeah,
for the whole
it was
last
all
episode,
dream state.
And then they end it.
But then they come back to the real world for the setup, for the final battle,
and they
end the season, not just the season. And then the very first episode for season 2 is the conclusion to that, which you can obviously tell
was supposed to be for
should have been just the final episode for that season.
Yeah.
It's fuck you. Good casting though. They have the guy who plays Seamus or whatever, O'Malley or whatever on Castle, I think is his name, O'Malley.
Mm-hmm.
Espinoza and something else or something like that on Castle. If you've ever watched Castle with Nathan Fillion and Stan Akedic. I love that show, by the way. He plays Triton. Great actor, dude. He's so good. His stuff was really, really well done. Fucking show is terrible, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. I'm just trying to think of any other little things.
I'm on both sides of it. I get the bad shit about it, but again, it wasn't one of those shows that made me really want to keep continuing right away either.
I'd have to say if you could take that whole season and cut it down to 4 episodes.
Oh, you easily could.
I think it would be better.
Yeah.
Because right now, what season 2 is doing is looking better.
Mm-hmm.
But the first season is so shitty. I am so not willing to give them any leeway, which is a problem. Had season 2 been the first season, I'd have called it good. Because Deathstroke looks fucking awesome. But like, we just saw literally like the devil. I don't really give a shit about Deathstroke.
Which he's now inside of her, right? Because that's how it was. He was always
with the
like,
gem. That's what the gem is.
Okay. See, I don't know a whole lot about her.
But at the end of the day, like I said, who even cares? Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Right.
You don't build that story worth a damn. And
maybe now the second season will be more of an action and won't try and be so fucking dark. And of course, he's gonna get his suit and become like was it Nightwing? Yeah.
My whole deal is just
I'm curious, would they dare do the Jason Todd Joker story where the Joker kills him on the show?
I think they're already alluding to it. I think that was the whole point. I think that's also why you try to make Jason Todd a little unlikable. So then you make so he gets to have an arc. He's kind of annoying, and then you start to tend to like him, and then right when you start to like him, you murder him. Which I mean, the actor's pretty solid, so maybe you'll be lucky and get a Red Hood down the road, which could be kind of neat. But
right,
whatever.
That's why I'm wondering if they'll go to Red Hood or if they're gonna
instead of using the Joker, use Deathstroke to kill him. I think that'd be fine.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool. They're definitely already alluding to the Judas contract with Rose Wilson, which I think she was introduced in a fucking stupid way too. They're just doing a lot of dumb shit, but they're moving away from it a little bit more. So I don't know. You might luck out in it. I definitely would say season 2 has a lot more hope, but like I said, there's very little leeway for season 2 because season 1 is just so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see what happens maybe, but I really don't care. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. Yeah, first season's damn near unwatchable. So sorry anybody who really wanted to see it and enjoyed it or whatever. Have fun, oh boy.
Do you still have hopes for any of their other shows that they're planning on doing and or have done, such as Doom Patrol? I mean, I haven't watched that yet.
Also, one extra thing. Fucking idiots. Way to make the Game of Thrones reference, and then you fucking hire Jorah Mormont to play fucking Alfred. Or is he Bruce Wayne?
He's Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. Like, they have the conversation like a million times, and he's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because Bruce Wayne shows up in season 2. They finally
and it's fucking the actor. It's the actor who plays fucking Jorah Mormont in Game of Thrones. Yeah, you're welcome. This fucking show is stupid, dude. It's so fucking dumb. I hate it. Anybody who likes it, I'm like, man, you really are either a DC fanboy or you just love Teen Titans so much you'll just eat up anything.
I'm a huge DC whore, I think, now, lately.
But that first season is shit, dude. I'm holding out hopes for Swamp Thing. I've heard that's awesome, but of course they canceled it, so it probably means it actually is good. I will, if the Deathstroke stuff ends up being pretty cool and there's a decent payoff and I hear good word of mouth, I probably will finish out season 2 just because season 1 hurt my soul so hard to get through. I'm like, I kind of just want to finish it out of like, let's just see, because I work so hard to get to where I'm at. But do I have faith in any of their upcoming shit? No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's so abysmal, man. It's so bad. Like, I can't even joke about it. Like, all I can do is say the casting is fine. You can totally tell nobody knows how to write a fucking script and there's no director on set.
Yeah. So, I don't have much more about it. I'm ready to go.
No, that's all I got. I'm pretty much just, don't bother with season 1. I would say look out for...
Season 1's really literally is just establishing the characters and giving Raven her power-ish. But
it was literally just to put the gem on her forehead is what it felt like. It was so dumb. Yeah. I hate it. It's lame. I wouldn't waste your time. I'm going to try Swamp Thing and see.
Okay.
Definitely don't pay for it. Oh, my God.
Well,
it's abysmal.
I have.
Yeah. If anybody has any more questions, fucking bring it on at me. I have notes, just copious amounts of notes that I didn't even get to.
Right.
But yeah, this show is fucking laughable. Like on every technical aspect, it's awful. It's absolutely awful.
Well, I guess then I'm gonna finish this off because I really don't have much to say about it anymore.
Which I'm surprised. I figured.
Yeah, I
you'd
mean,
have-
there were some things in there I was just annoyed with. Some things that I liked. But a lot of it was just like little mediocre things I found that were annoying after taking a breather from it and being like, okay, wait a minute. Or why don't I really care about watching the next stuff a little bit,
It's the weirdest thing is like, especially when you're binging it, you're used to that. I need to turn the next episode on. I'm going to go to sleep. And it's like 3 a.m. This one, it was like, oh my God. I remember because you sent them to me and I was watching them. I remember telling Hannah when they would pop up when the thing was under 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, when it was like a 50 or more minute episode, I go, oh man.
Yeah.
So
literally, this is a show that you could just rip the audio to and listen to it as a podcast.
You probably honestly could. And honestly, I think I might. It's so bad to prove that the editing is so abysmal. I literally want to take every episode and I want to see how short can I cut the entire first season and see to make it watchable.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Oh yeah, fuck this show. That's where I'm at.
That's John's words about Titans. And since we Titan season 1 dealt with was it Trigon? That's his name, right?
Yep. Raven's daddy.
AKA he's supposed to be like the devil, right? Or is he supposed to be like
he's essentially a devil from another dimension.
Right.
Yeah.
Cuz like a multiverse demon or some shit.
But if you like ripping shit apart or you have like a podcast or a TV show where you critique movies and shows, watch this because there's all the material.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if you guys are out there and you want to let me know in case I don't know, because I seriously don't know anything about Hawk and Dove. But
nobody leaves fucking comments on it. If you want us to say something about something or move something in a direction, let us know.
Yes, but I also want to know, is the backstory they did for Hawk accurate?
I hope not.
What the fuck?
I hope not, because it was bad. The brother was like, oh, this is all my fault. Yes, it is your fault. You fucked everything up. Why? Why? You got him kicked out of school. Why? What should have happened is the black brother should have been so, like, he knew what happened when they were kids, so he's going to try and make amends for it his entire life.
Right.
That he was doing all this stuff. And Hawk gets kicked out of school because he was protecting his brother. That's what he should have been doing. And then the reason why his brother takes up the Dove mantle to help him fight crime is because he feels so guilty for like constantly feeling like he's the reason that he fucks everything up.
Yeah.
That would have given him motivation. But it doesn't matter because they fucking kill him like 2 seconds later. Literally 15 minutes. We figure out who the guy is and then they kill him.
Okay.
So dumb.
John.
I'm sorry. This show is so dumb. It's so dumb.
John.
Ugh. My brain hurts. Michael.
Does John
help me?
I feel you need some underwear for your Lucifer's waterfall.
I'm just gonna. Somebody give me a period panty. Somebody give me some period panties. I'm on my fucking cycle. I'm so angry.
So, I'm crossed. So I'm gonna read 2 quotes today.
Oh no. Okay.
I just don't trust anything that bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die. Quote 1.
Damn, Mr. Garrison. No.
Mr. Garrison. Quote 2. Mm-hmm. I know who I am, man. I kick ass with Batman and I fucking love it.
And I chew bubble gum. All right. I'm sad. I'm going to go yell into a pillow. Into my period panties. Ugh. Later, nerds.
Womp, womp, womp.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble. And join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Myke on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.